What is happening, everybody? Welcome in, as always, to another edition of the Voice of Camp Nathaniel from right here on the campus of Camp Nathaniel in bright and beautiful. Actually, I think it might be like a little misty raining outside right now. Anyway, we're in Emelina, Kentucky.
It's been storming today.
It has been storming a bit today, hasn't it? And Stephen Bell here with you, as always, and with me, as always. Ready?
I guess so. All right, I think I'm ready.
All right.
Hold on. I gotta...
Come on.
I'm dropping things. Okay, now I'm ready.
With me, as always, is the Crumble Snatchy. Crumble Snatchy.
This is Lee Sharp.
That is Lee Sharp. Crumble Snatchy.
Am I snatching?
Well, it means desperate and sneaky when snacks are involved. That's probably that's not a real word. I'm sure it's not.
No, but that's probably accurate.
See, the past two have been accurate.
They have been accurate because, see, I have 4 small children.
Yep.
And when snacks are involved, if you as the adult want to eat them, you kind of have to be sneaky.
Man, that's a good point.
Because otherwise they're going to eat all of them.
You never carry around a snack.
No.
Just around your house. You eat it in a private, secluded place, so that you can enjoy it, and then when you hear a child coming, you scarf it down as quickly as you can.
Is this how it works in the Bell household as well?
I speak from experience. Hey, we've got a missionary highlight show today.
Yeah, we're doing a missionary highlight.
Yes, indeed. We've done a lot of these. Lee, we are approaching. I was thinking about this earlier. We are approaching 3 years of doing the podcast like this, of Voice of Camp Nathaniel being.
We're really there.
We are really there. February 1st will be 3 years that we've been doing Voice of Camp Nathaniel in podcast form like this. Or at least that me and you have been sitting at the table.
Before they...
Wow, 3 years,
when they decided to hand us mics.
Yep. So that means, what happens at 3 years? What? Well, you know what? No, that we start talking about what happens 3 years in the life of a child. Then we start, You know what?
You start talking gibberish.
We stop using words like crumble. See, I don't even remember what it was. What was the word I just used? Crumble snatchy.
Crumble snatchy.
See, now we can,
3-year-olds are crumble snatchy.
We're gonna start.
That is an accurate word for a 3-year-old.
We're gonna start using way more educated words by the time we turn 3. So
no, we're not.
No, we're not. You're right. All right, so we've got a missionary highlight episode, and what happens with these missionary highlight episodes is we get to sit down and talk with at least one, because it would be difficult to have a missionary highlight episode talking to no one. At least one, preferably 2, if it's a husband and wife, obviously, that are full-time staff members here at Camp Nathaniel, and we get the opportunity to do that today. So, Lee, how about you introduce our guest to us?
All right, I'm going to introduce our guest to us that we're going to be learning about the mission. It's me, guys.
Everybody just clicked off.
Oh, no, man.
I'm just kidding. But it's not just you.
Not just me. We also brought my wife in here.
Yay, they all click back on.
Hello.
Hey, Tess.
It's Tess.
How's it going, Tess?
Good.
That's good. Well, we get to reminisce a little bit. You guys have, now, first of all, you guys have been with the mission as husband and wife for how long?
Over 3 years now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because
3.5.
Yeah, because you guys came in right after Ashley and I did, I believe, because we came in January. Were you guys in February or March?
1st of March.
1st of March.
1st of
okay.
March, yeah.
Of 2022.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right
to
me. I mean, it sounds right to me. Maybe 2021.
Jude was 1, so he was born in 2021. All right.
Yeah, we just judge everything. All the timeline is based on their kids, isn't it?
You start counting. Yeah, that's how you segment your times.
That's right.
When you have enough kids, you can just start segmenting time that way.
Right.
Oh, that was during when they were born.
So now let's backtrack a little bit, and we can probably. We should probably start with Tess, because you have the longer history with Camp Nathaniel.
I do.
It's one thing to be on staff here full time, but it's another thing to be on staff when you used to be a mission kid. Some people are here on staff and they used to be like summer staff, and used to be volunteers and stuff like that. But then they came on and now they're full time staff. But there's there's a special group here that used to be not just summer staff, volunteer, stuff like that, but used to all the way back to being mission kids. So you've basically been raised here.
I have, yes. My parents came full time when I was 6.
6 years old.
I was 6 years old, so.
I think the only other mission member that has that is the guy who's making us sound good.
Cameron. Oh, that's right.
Cameron's going to be the only other one who was a mission kid.
Right.
And then jumped into that. And then I guess Ellie has been doing internships, so she would have been mission kid too.
Yep, that's right. I don't know if there's any. I mean, if there is,
but it is a very select group of people.
It is. It is indeed. So you guys came here when you were 6 years old, and so you. Oh my goodness! So you've literally been through everything.
I have.
I mean, every program that camp has done, you've been part of. You've been part of from all of those different aspects. You've been a camper. So you started camping in 3rd grade?
Yes.
So
I did my verses in 2nd grade.
Did your verses in 2nd
grade?
grade?
4th
okay.
grade.
And so you started with day camp even all the way back, or did you do day camp?
I don't think there was day camp.
Oh, really?
Way back then. I know there was for Jackie.
How does that feel to say way back then, Tess?
Makes me feel old. No, I don't remember day camp, but I remember Jackie going to day camp, so maybe sometime in the middle there.
Wow, okay.
I don't know. We'd have to do some research. But
how old was Grant then when you guys came? You were 6. So
he was like 8,
oh,
7.5. He's a year and a half older than me.
All right. Good deal. Wow. Okay. So, and so you've been through the ropes. Yeah. You can relate to pretty much everything that we talk about as far as Camp Nathaniel is concerned. Lee, did you have any connections with camp before you and Tess met?
Briefly before we met.
Can we ask how?
You can't ask how.
Okay.
Yes, it's Grant Henderson.
Oh.
It's his fault.
Oh, it's his fault.
There you go. Going to college, freshman year, hanging out at University of the Cumberlands. So hi to all the Cumberlands people. And I was there getting involved with the BCM, Baptist Campus Ministries, and got pulled into a group of friends, one of them being Grant.
Uh-huh.
And at that point, camp was getting ready to have I think it was one of the weekend events, was coming up, and they needed some extra help. And they were looking for college guys to go, just be an extra, you're going to be there just to make sure the kids are safe and different things like that. Mm-hmm. But it was one of those where Grant said, "Hey, my parents work at this place. Do you want to come help them out?" And I, being a freshman in college, I don't know anybody. Sure, why not?
Hey, man. They'll feed you for the weekend. It'll be great.
Sure, I'll go and do that. And so I came for one of the weekend events, and at that point, I think, Tess, you were a senior in high school.
And I was not there that weekend.
No, you were gone because you were hanging out with Stephen Bell at some.
What were we doing?
Y'all were doing
some event.
Y'all had some youth conference thing or whatever was happening.
Was that for like a fall overnight or something, or what was that?
I don't remember.
It
was fall.
It could have been like
it might have been
maybe
spring.
It might have been like a D-Now weekend or something like that was going on at the same time.
Y'all were doing something.
Okay.
So I didn't meet Tess.
Wow, but he stayed at my house. And we
Look
didn't meet
at that,
for another 6 months.
We never met. And then, 6 months later, she's coming to Cumberlands and starts hanging out with the same friend group.
Well, look at that.
So there you go.
Look at that.
A little history on
full circle. Now, and you guys started. When did you start dating at that point?
That would have been that year. Yeah.
And then you eventually end up getting married here at Camp Nathaniel.
Right where the handcraft building is.
Yeah, that's crazy. I remember that well.
Directly where the handcraft building. They put a building on top of where we got married.
No one else is going to get married there ever again, guys.
That was the claim to fame. Nobody else can have that spot.
And then you guys ended up moving to Richmond? Or
Nicholasville.
Oh, yeah, you were up in Lexington. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was thinking about this, Lee, as I'm sitting here asking you these questions. Obviously, I knew you at the wedding. I didn't know you well.
Yeah.
But I remember conversations that you and I had when you worked at a Lifeway store in Lexington. and I would run in there, and that's the first time that I think we ever really talked at that time. And lo and behold, years later, we're sitting across from the table doing this for 3 years running. Wow. Okay. So what? Let's talk about then what led you guys. Obviously, the sovereign hand of God. We know that. But what happened to make you guys start pursuing being full-time staff here at camp?
Yeah, so we came back down for different events to visit my family over the years. We were married for 7 years before
we came here. Yeah.
Yeah, so we just we started coming for family camp with the kids and down here for different things with my parents. And so it was during family camp one year that we were just in the area and just kind of started talking about coming full time.
Very cool.
We've been up in Lexington. Yeah, we were up in Lexington. We were working at a different ministry up there, doing work with adults with intellectual developmental disabilities.
Right.
That was after the time at Lifeway. That also dates things because that means at that point, Lifeway had physical stores at that point.
Yeah, which they don't anymore.
They've closed all those down now. So this is back in the past there, back when that was really a thing.
Man, that's hard to believe it's been that long.
You're making us feel old.
Way back when.
But no, we were up there. That's when we started fostering.
Uh-huh.
And our oldest being adopted and some biological kids along the way. And then we came down for a family camp. Of course, we'd come down. For me, it was just, I'm going to visit my in-laws.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I was doing coming to camp,
not really having that the camp on your radar.
No, it was not like I really want to go do this thing and I'm trying to go down there and explore and kind of get a feel for it. It was just, we're just going to visit family and spend time with them. And we came down for family camp in, what year was that?
2021.
It was 21. And our whole crew, I think there was 3 of us at that point.
A baby and 2 2-year-olds.
Again, you date yourself by the children and how old they were.
Yep, that's right.
And I don't know what it was about that family camp. It was a lot of, I don't know if it was necessarily, it was a lot of fun. I think it was just watching the staff here and the way that they were working together and how it all seemed to flow and go together. I'm sure there was chaos that was happening and they were, they were keeping it going somehow. And I don't know all the back details that were happening behind the scenes and keeping everything running, but it just looked like it was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. It was beautiful to watch it all happen. And we were driving back and I posed the question to Tess to say, and I just threw it, I didn't know the right way to say it, but I was like, what if we quit our jobs and moved down here and just worked at camp?
And what was your reaction to that?
Okay.
Wow, I will say there was no pressuring from Tess. This wasn't like an idea that Tess was like, I grew up as a mission kid
about it.
And I really wanted this growing up. It was more of I just posed a question of like, well, what if we did this? And it was like, well, if you do that, then there's a lot of steps that you can't just quit your job and move down there and do it. Like there's steps that we got to do. And so during that time we came down and talked with Josh Feltner, who's the director at the time, had dinner over at his house and had a whole conversation with him that we had not talked to Tess's parents yet. Because we didn't want to get their hopes up that we were having these conversations. If it was just like we had this conversation and it was terrible, well, we can just walk away and be done. So I don't remember how we figured it out that we could come down and have dinner over at the Feltners and it not look suspicious. Like, what are you all going over to the Feltners for?
I don't think we told him.
I was getting ready to say that would have probably.
No, I don't think we told him at all. I think we just came down.
Came down and did the dinner.
So Clark and Grace, if you're listening, now it's all.
It's all out. It's all out of the bag now. Secret's out. And I remember we'd been praying about it for a good while before we had even applied. We were like, no, we're going to talk to some people that were mentors for us. Let's talk this through. I am not a rush into it kind of person, just because I don't know. It's a lot. We've spent now 7 years building a life.
Yeah.
with the friends that are around us, the church that we were serving in, the ministry that we were tied into. Like,
well, you guys were involved. You were involved heavily with your church. You were at Emmanuel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in Lexington. There that's on Nicholasville, right? Is it on Nicholasville?
Tate's Creek.
Tate's Creek.
The main campus.
Okay, and so you guys were heavily involved there. So there's so much more to these decisions than just simply, yeah, that'd be fun. Let's do that. But you're talking about you're moving to a different culture, even.
Right.
Yeah.
With three young kids.
With 3 young kids. That's right. So, and the kids were how old at the time? You said Jude was 1.
When we officially moved down,
okay.
Jude just turned 1, Piper turned 3, Jasper was 3.
Wow.
So while we
That's
were talking
young,
about
man.
this, Jude was a baby, so we were raising our support and, with little
So
tiny
so
babies.
the kids,
Tiny babies.
the kids this will be all they'll remember,
Yeah.
so growing up. But man, that's fantastic. So now, for those who don't know, I mean, I know how you guys are involved here at camp and what you're doing. Tell us what areas you actively serve in here at camp.
So I work mostly in the office.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing finances. I take care of the donations, make sure everybody, if you've donated to camp, I am the guy who made sure that it got processed, and the thank you that you got was written from our director, but I'm the guy that makes sure that they all get sent out and taken care of. I pay the light bills. As exciting as all that is.
So basically, you're in charge of communication and making sure this place does not financially go under, in a sense.
Go under. Yes.
No pressure,
No
man.
pressure at all.
No pressure at all.
And, if you do it wrong, you get guys in suits that show up.
Right,
and, trying
yeah.
to avoid that. I also get to teach some classes during the summer, so that's a ton of fun to be able to hang out with the kids during the summer, to being able to explore some different topics in the Bible.
Cool. Tess?
And then help out with a few different committees, like the men's committee and different things like that. So serving in those capacities.
One of the things that I learned being here at camp for the time that we were here, people have no earthly idea how much goes on here, and because a lot of people think, well, you just do a summer camp, right? No.
There's so many things.
So many more things going on. We just finished up Outdoor Ed last month as far as when this is going to be airing. But Tess, bring us back to you for a second. What's your involvement here?
Yeah, so I am heavily involved in outdoor education, the planning and running of it. I am also in charge of our souvenir shop, ordering our merchandise and
Keeping things in stock.
yes. And then I also have some things to do in the office, just some, organizational stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I help with the Mission Kids and Kids Club during the summers.
And you're a mom on top of all of
And
that.
I'm a mom of 4 kids.
Of 4 kids. What's the oldest age?
He just turned 7.
I was getting ready to say 7
Just had a
and
birthday.
under. So,
Yes.
yeah, you want to talk about a job.
Whatever
There you go.
else they pull me into.
Right. So hey, we just finished up Outdoor Ed. What you said you were heavily involved with the planning of that.
Yes.
What roles did you guys play in serving during Outdoor Ed?
So I am involved of managing and running our store. So I make sure I order all the stuff and price it and keep it in stock and all the money and
And make bracelets, because we were
Make lots
talking
of
about that on the way
bracelets.
in here earlier today.
selling lots of gummy worms.
There you go.
And the
Awesome.
store itself is themed for Outdoor Ed. So
Yeah, that's
where
really
it was
cool,
the
right.
Power Packed Earth, you've got gummy worms for sale and different.
Headlamps, because we're talking about the
Yeah.
coal mine.
Yeah, one of
and
my kids already brought one of those home. So
the magnifying glasses they use. So I try and
very
theme
cool.
the store there
make
Lee,
sure.
what about you?
for Outdoor Ed.
Yeah.
Well, being the money guy, I do registration.
Oh, okay.
So that one.
I didn't know if you had a specific role with this one or not, as far as teaching a class. Or
I've
something
been
like
plugged into classes before. This one has been mostly helping with just making sure, because as students come, we try to keep the prices. So it's $4 a student, which is pretty cheap for a field trip.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think Kathy enjoys that I'm over there taking care of all the money stuff, so that she is more focused on the volunteers and making sure the program is going well. So
You enjoy things so much when you don't have to worry about them.
part of my job is to make sure she doesn't have to think about it. So there you go.
You know, Lee, I'll go ahead and tell you one of my favorite one of my favorite things remembering about seeing you during outdoor ed. I've only been part of 3 outdoor eds, and 2 of them were the same theme because after the pandemic, we did a shorter version of Pioneer Days, but then we did the trees and and the best part every day was just watching Lee run up and down the field about 8 to 10 times when he talked about the size of the largest tree in the world.
Oh yeah, no, we were talking about the General Sherman tree out in California. And I was trying to help the kids understand how big of a tree it is. Mm-hmm. So if you laid it down on its side, how far would you have to, how long would the tree be? How big is the tree? And so I'd have the kids stand on one end, and I'd start running down the length of it, and I'd keep yelling back to the kids, "Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me?
And then by the time he got back, all they heard was. I could hear that from the other end of the field.
That was my mandatory exercise for the day. Works. It was a partial workout routine.
So what other? Let's talk about the other programs. We've talked about kind of what you do during summer camp, what you kind of do during outdoor ed. What other programs are, and listen, I understand from experience, everybody's involved to some degree in all the events that go on, but what are some of your other areas of ministry here program-wise that you guys are heavily involved with?
So I am on the outdoor education committee, so I do help the planning aspect of it all year round, and then I'm also on the women's committee, planning our women's retreat and events.
Which is a very active ministry here at camp.
It's growing too. It's one of those ministries that it's every time there is an event that we're doing a women's retreat, it keeps getting a little bit bigger each time.
That's good.
And then I help out opposite here. I help out with the men's events.
Yeah. For starters, your primary role is something that happens year round, and is part of every event is, the finances.
Oh yeah. Running the finances, you help out with everything because, all these events, they cost.
Yep.
And if our listeners, if you don't know, camp runs 100% off donations. This is how we've operated for 93 years, and we continue that today. So every event that we do, though it's going to cost, we want to make sure that we're being smart with our money. And I help all the different committees be able to categorize everything, making sure every penny that comes in goes into the right spot and comes out of the right spot so that we can make sure to continue doing ministry.
Yep.
So... Not always the most exciting part, because people are like, "You're talking about budgets," and I was like, "I know I'm talking about budgets," which isn't.
It may not be the most exciting, but it is certainly
you need it.
Essential.
You need it to keep stuff going. So
that's right. You cannot function without it, and so very much appreciate the service there, Lee. Well, listen, we're about to bring this thing to a close. We got just a few more minutes here left, But guys, hey, thanks for sitting down and talking with me today. It's been good.
Yeah, thanks.
It's always good to, again, like we said last episode, it's always good to hear stories. And
strange to be on the side that's.
I bet it is.
I'm on the opposite. I'm so used to asking questions and just letting whoever our guest is.
I'm also used to you asking questions,
and so new roles for all of us here.
Yes, indeed. Well, Tess, thanks for sitting in with us and listening to still yet our banter from time to time. And guys, appreciate you all so much. Lee, real quick, we've got some stuff coming up. We've also got coming up. We've got some of our favorite episodes coming up, actually.
Some of our favorites,
because we're getting ready. It's almost Thanksgiving, so we get our good old Thanksgiving episode. I don't know where my tradition button is right now. I wanted to try to find it a while ago, but I was like, I'll just I don't know where it's at. Is this it? Yes. Preview. Tradition. That's coming up. I'm excited about that one.
If you're unaware, it's November 1st, which means Thanksgiving is basically next week.
There it is.
Christmas is following right after that, and Happy New Year's, everybody.
Man, we got a lot of shows to record here coming up, and we're gonna have some fun with them. But we've got some events coming up as well.
So with this one coming out, we still have one more overnight that is happening 1 week from when this is premiering. So if you are in the 4th and 5th grade has already wrapped up their overnight, but if you are in 6th through 8th grade, your overnight is still coming up. That's going to be November 7th and 8th. Starts Friday afternoon into Saturday afternoon. Again, our goal with those it's $20. Our goal is to take a week's worth of camp and cram it into less than 24 hours, which isn't really possible, but it gets you a really good idea, especially if you have never been to camp before. It gets you a good taste of camp so that you can say, man, I really want to come back for a full week. Or if you've been to camp a bunch and you really miss camp and you just want to come hang out for a weekend, this is the time to do it.
That's right. And assuming you know, at the time of this recording, assuming there are spots remaining, you need to get online and register as quickly as possible. campnathaniel.org/overnights. If you want information on transportation, if you live in a county, kind of a good hop, skip, and a jump. A good one.
A good one.
I just realized hop, skip, and a jump is usually considered a short distance, I guess. Let's do...
How far can you hop, skip, and jump now, Steve?
Don't challenge me.
Farther than my run across the field there?
Yeah, I think you got me on that one. But yes, if you need some transportation, you got transportation information on that website as well. Again, that's campnathaniel.org/overnights, and they can let you know where the pickup and drop-off points are, so make sure you are well aware of that. We got something else?
We've got one other thing. Tess just handed it to me to remind. As she's on the women's committee, she's reminding me there is a women's evening event that is coming up on Friday, November 21st.
Nice.
Do we know what's happening that night? I know there's probably going to be food.
We'll have speaker and dinner and other fun stuff.
Do they need to register for that?
Probably, but I don't know if the registration is up.
Registration is not necessary.
Up yet, but
it is.
No, go on and put it on your calendar.
Put it on your calendar,
and
man.
know that we'll have more info for you on the next podcast.
Yep, and keep checking out campnathaniel.org. You can get all the information there when it becomes available as well. Follow Camp on Facebook if you haven't done that. Just stay in the know, and you'll know. That's how that works. All right, guys, I think we're out for this week, and we will see you back here for our Thanksgiving episode on November 15th.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one, guys.